marketing versus delivery in your business. How do you balance marketing versus delivery? So I would say for me, the times when I don't market is because I'm really engrossed in the delivery side. So I end up on a bit of a roller coaster of marketing.
I believe that over Christmas, you shouldn't market anything to do with your business.
How can you become visible? Whether you've got a Christmas product to sell or you join the masses out there where sales happen after Christmas. My prices go up in January. So hey presto, we're going to be able to do this over Christmas. So you could have like a Christmas sale. Hello and welcome to another amazing episode of the Ultimate Marketing Podcast with myself, the amazing and gorgeous Sarah Cox, and the very handsome Vish Sarah. So the three of us are back this week and we're talking about seasonal marketing campaigns because let's face it, Christmas! Oh my God, can you believe it's Christmas already? So look, before we go delving into all of our thoughts around seasonal and Christmas campaigns when it comes to your marketing, make sure you give us a follow. We're on all the major podcast platforms. So go over to Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, wherever you want to listen to us and download this podcast, the Ultimate Marketing Podcast. Just give it a bit of a search. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel, the Ultimate Marketing Podcast. So search for that on YouTube and give us a subscribe. Click the bell. Make sure you are notified when we add another episode. And let us know your comments on either of those platforms, whether it's audio or YouTube. Just let us know what your comments are, what you think about our running Christmas campaigns, who knows, what you've done that's been successful, and also what you'd love us to talk about more in the new year as well. So let's kick off. If I can even say that right. Christmas. I know. Kick off Christmas campaigns. That's like a tongue twister. It is Christmas. Tell me, guys, what are your thoughts on, first of all, what people should and shouldn't be doing during Christmas?
First of all, I'm thoroughly disappointed that nobody's wearing any Christmas outfits of any sort.
Oh
no
my
hats,
gosh.
No, fire burning in the corner, none of that
Really?
stuff. Yeah,
No chestnuts.
No chestnuts, exactly. No mulled wine.
Maybe Jim can do some,
Yeah, Jim can edit
animations.
Yeah, it's a seasonal podcast. Your question was really interesting. What should we and shouldn't we do? So, loads of different schools of thought on that, right? I personally believe that over Christmas you shouldn't market anything to do with your business, like maybe engagement stuff, but then kind of second to third week, just shut it off, man. Shut it off and take a break until the first week of January. There you go.
Why do you think that, Vish? Why do you think people should not do marketing in between Christmas and New Year?
Like, I want to be off. And I want my customers to be off, unless it's a product that you're going to use. Yeah, that is a Christmas product. Then no, you don't need to do it. But many service-led and physical businesses do shut down. Right? They shut down that no man's land time between Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve, and then maybe a little bit extra. So I just think, yeah, man, just take a break. Let your socials rest. Let your audience rest. If you want to put out a Christmas message, put out your Christmas message, but, take a break. Take a Kit Kat.
Interesting. Yeah. It's interesting because I think that it's actually a really good time to do marketing because most people are shutting down and not doing anything. So actually, if you do have a voice in that time in between Christmas and New Year, you're more likely to get heard because there's not so much noise. So if you do your socials, etc., and do stuff, people have got more time to look at social media and to listen to things.
Yeah.
So actually, is it a good time to do it because you're not competing with as many people? Yes, I get that you've got to have a break yourself and you've got to have some time out. But But it's worth considering whether you do something, maybe not as much as you would do, but maybe still do something, or you set things up so that it can run in between Christmas and New Year.
So it's that visibility, isn't it? It's like, how can you become visible? Whether you've got a Christmas product to sell, or you join the masses out there where sales happen after Christmas. So is there an opportunity perhaps, so I'd love your thoughts on this, to sell off things on a discounted basis, have a sale in your business, whether you've got courses that you've got, or you've got a special, January deal where you go, look, I'm running this for the last time, or I'm running this and it's on the Christmas sale, so you can get it for half price. So I've got this course coming up, or I've got this funnel build coming up, or I'm going to, run this email marketing campaign for you. And usually I would charge this much, or my prices go up in January. So, hey, presto, we're going to be able to do this over Christmas. So you could have like a Christmas sale.
That scarcity really makes sense, right? That's what Black Friday's for. That's like the Christmas,
why not Christmas,
right?
Yeah, but why not Christmas as well?
That's true. I mean, I like what Sarah said, and Sarah, you were like, the attention's there because people.
Can I just say, I like what Sarah said. What does that mean? You don't like?
No, I don't like what you said. There you go. There you go. I said it.
That came out. I like what Sarah said.
I like what Sarah said.
You can just be quiet, Dee.
I like what Sarah said, Dee. Going to click my fingers at you as well. In fact, you know what, Sarah? I'm going to go one up. I'm going to one up it. I love what you said, Sarah.
Thanks, Vish.
No problem. It's all right, my love. So I love what you said. Because people are off, right? People are off. You've got more attention to play with. But then I almost liken it to me at Christmas now. Maybe it's my old age coming from catching up with Dee, but slip that one in there. But it's like at Christmas, certainly from like the third week, once my kids are off from school, I don't want to do anything. What I want to think about is what am I going to eat on Christmas Day? And stuff like that. So. Yeah, I get it, but you're right. There's a lot more attention. It's not what happened during lockdown, right? People were like, "Oh no, what we're going to do?" And then everyone was like, "Oh, let's go online. Everyone's going to be online." And it's almost like that situation. But unless it's like I feel unless it's a seasonal product, then there's no point marketing.
Well, I was thinking though, based on what Dee was saying, is that if you need a cash injection in your business,
Can work.
Then absolutely it can work. So especially if you are going to put your prices up in January. So it is a really good strategy to use if your prices are going up and you want a bit of cash injection in your business. Then yes, you can do like, this is the last time I'm doing this at this price, like get in now while it's at this price, because you'll probably make some sales because people are thinking, oh yeah, I can get it now before the price goes up.
So I do put my prices up every year.
You do?
I do. I put them up every January.
Yeah.
So for me, December tends to be when, even if I'm running a challenge or I'm putting something out on my email list, it will be hey, so as always, my prices go up in January. So these are the things that I've got available for you guys. Come grab it, basically.
And that's another interesting question, is it? Do you put your prices up in January or do you keep them the same? They
need to go up year on year, right? Whether it's by dot or whether it's by like 20-30%, whatever it is, you got to take into consideration the changing landscape, right? And that's what the whole seasonality, like how do you plan seasonality when everything's changing? So many questions today. What's going on? No.
So just going back to the whole Christmas thing, and then we'll talk about other seasons throughout the year as well. Because I remember in recruitment, when I worked in recruitment, many years ago, there was this notion and perception that the run up to Christmas is always quiet or the summer is quiet, and actually it was our busiest times. We surpassed targets at Christmas time because people wanted to have staff in place and maybe financial budgets spent or whatever it was, things done by January so that they could take the time off work, come in January and hit the ground running. So, is there that sort of, for Christmas, again, it's just that whole thing around, is it just a perception that we go quiet during Christmas? Or, can it be a busy time? If we did actually market, not just because the prices are going up, but actually if we marketed our business, are we buying into a perception, and actually the reality is maybe if we tried it, that we might get some sales during Christmas? Or as entrepreneurs, are we just that way inclined that, you know what, the reason we do what we do is because we want to enjoy Christmas without having to work, etc.?
Yeah, I suppose it has to be a personal choice at the end of the day, doesn't it? In terms of like you as an individual and also where your business is at. So if your business is like a business that's passive, brings in passive income, and you're getting money coming in every month anyway, you might decide, well, I'm not going to do anything extra over Christmas because I'm already getting money coming in. But if your business is maybe not in that place, it could be a really good time to go and get some new clients, because everyone is off. So people are scrolling on social media and looking at things. So they might just notice you when they wouldn't notice you in the other times of the year when everybody else is online at the same time.
Have you guys ever taken calls at Christmas time?
No.
For clients?
I don't think I have actually. I think I generally do take the 2 weeks off. I generally take Christmas week and the following week. However, I might use that time to do my own stuff on my business. So I might well do some social media posting and marketing, but I wouldn't be doing any client work in that time.
Unless I've got a live campaign going on, then I have, but then I've also been working on the campaign. But I suppose it also boils down to who you are as a business and who your clients are and what they do for business, right? Like I remember when my dad had a shop, right? So when I was growing up, like every year from November, it would be like hard prep for the Christmas sale, right? And like it was tough. Like we would be selling till Christmas Eve. We're an electronics business, like selling like TVs, videos, hi-fis, like Walkmans, camcorders, the whole 9 yards. And like the customers would be in the shop sometimes till 6 or 7 o'clock on a Christmas Eve buying tech, because they're like, what do we get our partners or wives or kids, like they're like whatever, right? So I think like now that I've grown up, I'm like, actually, I don't want to go through that again. I had great memories of it as a kid, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to be working like till whatever time. I want to come home, I want to tuck my kids into bed, and I don't want to wake up with them on Christmas Day and like, oh my God, Santa's been home. Even though I go out on Christmas Eve, like I have done for like, God knows how long. But I think it comes down to business. Sorry, digress with a little personal story there. But Christmas is a really nice time of year. I know we're just looking at Christmas, but certainly throughout other times of year, like Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, Father's Day, International Women's Day, I think there's spins that you can put on for different things that happen during the year as well. Irrespective of what kind of business you are, right? There's definitely focus on. I think there's a lot of hoo-ha, like a lot of furore about LGBTQ awareness month, right? Like businesses jumping on it for the sake of jumping on it. So I think a lot of businesses do that. There's loads of other times in the year to be doing that. So just take Christmas off, man. It's just one time of the year. Same with August. Exactly. Same with August. August, like for the first time in 9 years, I took a family holiday and I took pretty much 3/4 of August off. Right. Never done that. I felt nervous doing it. I was like, are the campaigns going to run? Are the funnels going to get built? What's going to happen? I was going to come back and my business is going to be burnt down to the ground. No, it didn't happen. Everything was fine. I was on my phone. I did take some phone calls out on holiday. But enjoy it, man. Have fun. That's my.
So again, there's an element there that you didn't completely take time off.
No, but
but the business didn't take time off.
That's right.
And also, you had campaigns running, like you said. So this is. I think that is slightly different to what, and I do want to talk a little bit more about that. That's slightly different to kind of the Christmas period. Look, if you're listening to this podcast, or and whether you're on YouTube or whether you're on Apple or any other podcast platforms, we'd love to know what you think. So go over to our podcast platform or go over to our YouTube, and we'd love to hear your comments. Like if you are a coach, consultant, a trainer, speaker, someone in the service-based industry, do you continue your marketing and over Christmas period? If you are obviously somebody who is in a product-based business, then what do you do over Christmas to continue marketing, and do you take time off? We'd love to hear your thoughts. So go ahead and whiz over there after this episode to leave your thoughts. But what about other times in the year? Like do you have quiet times during August? Does a business actually slow down in summer months?
It varies.
Yeah.
I think it really varies. Like I've had times where August has been quiet, and I've had other times where August has been busy.
Yeah.
Again, it really varies. I think, again, sometimes because we're service-based businesses serving other businesses, then sometimes they take a bit of time off in August, and then they've got time to think about their business, which is when they come to us.
Yeah.
Because I've got time to think about it now, and I need to go and get some support on building my funnels because I want to get something launched for Q4 or whatever.
Yeah.
So I have had times where August has been just as busy as any other time.
Yeah. Looking at like the cross section of people that we work with, yes and no. Like again, same. There's been busy months and quiet Augusts, but I've found now that the longer I've been at it, right, like the type of people that we attract are, people who've got families, and when it comes to summer holidays, they're like, right, we're off. See you later. And that I think that's had an effect on me as well personally. It's definitely given me I hate to use this word, like I don't know why I'm using it, but it's popped up in my head. It gives me the permission to be able to do that. Like that obviously that's the wrong word to use. I don't need to
know what you mean though.
Permission, right? Do you know what I mean? But it's almost kind of giving me the slate to go, yeah, you know what, take some time off. And things have worked out, and my clients have been really kind of flexible with it as well. Like, look, we're going on holiday anyway, so yeah, don't worry about it. Let's just pause the campaign. For some of them, I'm like, you shouldn't, like, no, because your campaigns are working really well. Don't disturb them. Like, let them go, let them carry on. And in fact, now's probably the time to double down on some of them. But yeah, man, I don't know. Maybe I know mine's a bit of a polarizing viewpoint on it compared to you guys, but I don't think there's a right or wrong answer. What do you think, Dee? Like, or Sarah? It's what works for you and your clients and your business at that time, right?
Yeah, I think so. And what your business is and who your clients are.
But
I don't think I think Christmas is probably the only time that I've technically stopped marketing in terms of, if I had any ads out or anything like that.
Yeah.
I can't even remember whether I've even done that or whether I've just kept them running.
My
visibility doesn't stop. I actually, it does over Christmas a little bit. So when I am, I'll do the Christmas message.
Yes.
I always do one of those. And then I probably won't post for a few days.
Yeah.
But even on LinkedIn, you will see people, you will see it kind of go quiet, but people are still posting even on Christmas Day to say Merry Christmas to their connections.
Wow.
People are still posting, maybe not on Boxing Day, but certainly back on the 27th, and people start to post again. So the social media visibility isn't stopping. That is continuing. Even if it is a quick post, even if they are just talking about what they had for Christmas dinner, even if it's a photograph of their dog wearing a Christmas hat, whatever it might be, or their kids or whatever, it becomes more family orientated rather than business orientated. But it just, again, it lends itself for people getting to know another person's personal brand.
Yeah.
Because, it shows what kind of people they are, who they're spending Christmas with, what they've done, if they've gone away that Christmas, a nice, picture with a sunset. So that social media visibility, I don't think ends. I think that continues. Christmas Day, I would never be picking up the phone and posting. I usually do my Christmas message probably a couple of days before, and then that runs obviously throughout Christmas. But yeah, I don't sit and actually work, but I don't think the marketing ever stops.
No, but I love your Christmas offers. These like, if my price is going up, Christmas offer, go and get it. Like, this is it. Last time I'm offering it this price. See you later. And that works for you, right, Dee?
Yeah. So, and I tend to do it just a little bit before Christmas. So I will tend to do it in the first couple of weeks of December.
Yeah.
And like, I think in the past I've run a challenge, like the first week of December. And then by the time they've come to the offer, I can confidently say this is the last time, because I know I'm not going to be doing any other webinars after this. I can confidently say, right, this is the last thing I'm going to be doing at this price, or the last time I'm going to be doing this at this price. And then I give them, a week to sign up so that they've got a deadline date.
Wow.
And I've had some of my best sales during that period.
Amazing.
So I think there is, that scarcity and also because it's got to be authentic. Like I do put my prices up then, and they're not going to get that price. So, there was a particular client who that price was done in December. Bless her. She, for some reason, couldn't get into her LinkedIn account.
Oh gosh.
But my deal was that as long as you commit to it and pay, then, don't worry, then you'll still get it at this price.
Yeah.
But bless her, she didn't come back to me. She just came back to me afterwards. And when she was ready, she was like, can I get it at that price? And I said, no, because it's not fair to the other people, but also authentically, I want to, morals and ethics, I want to stick to my word.
Yeah.
So it's just a good time. And also the start of January is when people are starting to think about, right, what they should be doing again, New Year's resolutions and business resolutions and whether they stick to them or not. But it's just that big kind of kick up the backside to go, oh gosh, you know what? I didn't use LinkedIn last year and I was meant to. So in the new year, that's going to be one of my things. That's going to be one of my targets. And so it's a really good time to capture people when they are motivated.
Yeah.
Because then you can help them kickstart the new year in a much better way. Whereas, and so it's a kind of win-win situation. It's a win for me because obviously I get the sales and I get more customers on board, but also I get to serve more people in the new year. But it's a win for them too because they can start the year off in the way that they really envision and have goals for. And hopefully that will then kickstart them into continuing that quarter or that year or whatever it is in the manner that they started.
Have you?
So it comes back to why Christmas is a great time to market yourself.
Yeah, I was going to say, Sarah, have you ever run like a special offer over Christmas? Because we're quite similar in what we do, right? Funnels
and I haven't. No.
Right.
No, I haven't.
Well, you need to try it.
Let's try it, Vish, this year.
I'm telling you.
Let's try it this week and see what happens.
Yeah, I might just do that, right? Prices are going up. Like, who wants to have booking a conversation? The thing is, because it's different, right? Because we're selling a done for you. Yeah. Right. It's like when are you supposed to have that phone call, right? If you put it out, like. Well,
again, if you start it now, you then say, right, you've got to book a phone call by.
You mean start it in November?
And then the other thing I do, and this is something that those of you who are listening can also think about. So I'll say, as long as you book the call in December, even if the call is in January, but the booking comes through to me by the end of the year, then you will get the old price.
Got you. Yeah. Interesting. So
that way, if you're taking calls in January, it's not an issue because they took the step to do it in December.
Yeah, so your calendar's full, right? Yeah. And you got engaged prospects who want to buy because they want to lock that price in.
They want to lock the price in.
Oh, that's a good little tactic there, Denise Patney.
I know. I'm not just a pretty face. Well,
anyway, Sarah, note to self, Sarah. I think we should try that. What do you think?
Let's try that. Let's just do it as a test. Everything in marketing is a test, isn't it?
Right.
Exactly.
So there's no hard and fast rules. You've got to test things and see what works and what doesn't. So let's do it as a test.
Yeah.
And then we can come back and discuss results.
Yeah, exactly.
Can't we?
Yeah. So you guys have both spoken about, like, definitely doing stuff at that time of year. Are there times of year that you wouldn't do stuff, Sarah? Like, what would you, like, when would you not do stuff? Or would you always be on?
I think always be marketing.
Yeah.
ABM. Always be marketing.
What was that?
Because I can't think of any reason why you wouldn't be marketing, or any times where you wouldn't be marketing your business. Even if you're on holiday, ideally you've got a team that can be marketing your business while you're away.
But what if you're a solopreneur, which a lot of our listeners will be?
Yeah.
They don't have a team.
And they don't have a team. So then I think it comes down to, you need to take some time off, of course. So you've got to do that when it suits you. And maybe in those weeks, those 1-2 weeks, you don't market. But like me this year, I haven't had any time off. I've gone the whole year without any holiday. So therefore,
You need time off, Sarah.
You're a machine, Sarah. You're like a Terminator.
I think that's a lot of solopreneurs as well, because I don't have a family. I think it's different if you've got families, but for solopreneurs without families, I think a lot of people just keep going and keep going and keep going.
I take time off, Sarah.
Do you?
I have no kids. I have family, obviously, as we all do, but I have no kids of my own, and I'm still a single girl. People,
maybe we should mark you around February time.
Yeah, could you? That'd be great.
I'm going to put you a funnel.
But I love a holiday. Like, I've already got my next one booked.
Awesome. Wow. When?
In February, we're going to Atlanta for a wedding. So it's a half holiday and half mayhem, as always, as
big Indian wedding. Yeah, big fat Indian wedding.
But I was away in May, and we were in Turkey.
There you go.
And I did a few. I did a couple of videos from there, and that was it. But again, social media. But I have to say that when I do go on holiday, my intention is to post, and I don't.
Yeah,
I just go. You know what? It's all right. And then I come back and I go, I'm back.
Yeah. Like, where were you?
Yeah. So
I think what can happen, one of the things that I find, it'd be interesting to get your takes on this, is the marketing versus delivery in your business. So when you were saying, like, when don't I market, it's usually when I get so busy doing the delivery of projects. So particularly for me and Vish, we're doing done for you funnel builds, and it is time consuming.
Yeah.
And if I have a few projects on, I get so absorbed in all of that, I don't actually find the time to do my own marketing. So that probably is like a challenge, I would say, as an entrepreneur and a solopreneur.
Yeah.
Without a team, is how do you balance marketing versus delivery? So I would say for me, the times when I don't market is because I'm really engrossed in in the delivery side. So I end up on a bit of a roller coaster of marketing.
Yeah.
Sales and delivery.
That's something that I'm going to be learning. Sorry to jump in there.
Go on.
I'm learning about, because I luckily everything's been built on kind of word of mouth and referral up until this point. But like now, to take the next step in scaling, I'm going to have to push the boat out and do some marketing. And I'm actually really looking forward to it. Like, I love being on video and doing stuff like that. So I'm actually looking forward to it. But I also have this fear in the back of my mind, like, oh shit, like, am I going to have to stop and start this stuff? But I think to a certain extent, you just got to rely on the team, right? The team will be there. The team will pick stuff up, and the team will do things. So there's only so much.
But I think, like Sarah said, if there's no team,
I know. But this is what I'm saying. Like, this is like you've got to almost have that faith in it. Like, it's a part of the growing pain. I've got to give that belief into somebody else. You know, I've got to then scale the team. Like, you know, there's other things that come with it. So. Yeah, that's interesting.
Well, mine's slightly different. So I do have a done for you, but I have a team that takes care of the done for you.
Yep.
So I just have to do the client centric side of things. But where my delivery element is in my DWY stuff, which is the done with you, where it's the workshops, the LinkedIn workshops, the LinkedIn one day profile builder, the LinkedIn, marketing workshops that I run. And when I'm delivering those, like you said, it's the same sort of challenge. But I think what I've done now, and my social media marketing, I do myself because I like doing it. So it is very much around having a consistency that you can cope with.
Yeah.
So, rather than say to myself, oh God, I've got to be doing it on all of these platforms every single day, I go, right, 3 platforms are my main platforms. So LinkedIn, Instagram and TikTok, and Facebook kind of, but not massively. And those are my main platforms. January will be all about, YouTube, because I know that's an area that I need to improve on.
Yeah.
And so looking at all of those things, I just go, right. And then I doesn't matter, I choose times to market. Even if it's first thing in the morning, I'll get it out there. If it's, midday, choosing that time, scheduling it. LinkedIn has its own scheduler now, so you can schedule things in.
I love it.
I write content for, Gravitas Q. So I write his content. I schedule that content in, because that way it's all about planning, isn't it? You talked about planning right early on, Sarah. It is about going, okay, so now I need to plan my time accordingly. If I know I'm delivering something, what can I be doing prior to that to make sure that the marketing goes out?
And it just made me think about something else. I think this will be a topic for another podcast, which is organic marketing versus paid marketing. Because what I'm just thinking is where it's organic marketing, yes, we need to do all the posting unless you've got a team to do it for you. But if it's paid ads, then potentially you just turn the ads on and they do the marketing for you.
Exactly.
You could have
it's already going out.
while the ads are running. Yeah. Or you've got someone running your ads for you. But I'd say that's probably another topic for another podcast. But it's
definitely. You've got me thinking about it now, but it's definitely that's a whole podcast worth of stuff.
Yeah, but whether you're doing it organic or paid will be different as well.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's the thing, isn't it? It's a mixture the mixture of marketing that you have. And I think that's why, anybody listening to this, like, when you're starting out, organic marketing is great. When you're, depending on your budgets and the income coming in, you want to still have both organic and paid. But then it is about, like you said, can we outsource this? Like for me, it's better to outsource the DFY because it's all based on a software and it's based on, experts that I've got on my team who are helping with the messaging on LinkedIn and things like that. I have a content writer who writes my clients' content for LinkedIn. And she is specifically a UK-based content writer who understands LinkedIn. Because it's important to get the right people. And so she writes content for my clients, but I don't get her to write content for me because I enjoy that piece.
Yeah. Man. And it's, that's actually a really important part of your scaling journey, right? Essentially is like what kind of team. And that's like, I love building funnels, but I can't build everyone's funnel. I need to outsource. I need to have a team to outsource it to. And that's the only thing that's helped me take on multiple things. But I also understand that when I was starting out, like I had to do it myself. I couldn't afford a team, right? So that's a whole different podcast.
Exactly.
I could take a week on that.
Well, I think these podcasts always overlap, don't they? So
which is great.
I think the consensus has been, I don't think it matters what time of year it is. It is a personal choice. Those of you who are listening in can let us know what you did over the Christmas period and how it played out. Did you take time off? Did you market? Did you just literally shut down? Let's hear from you guys. Until next time, I think, because we hope all of you have had a lovely Christmas and enjoyed the Christmas festivities. Our next episode will be, oh my gosh, in 2024.
Oh my God, is this the last episode of 2023?
It is.
Oh my God, of course it is.
Yeah.
We need to wish everybody a happy new year because we won't be on again before the new year.
So 100%. So on behalf of me and Sarah and Vish, we do wish all of our listeners a very, very prosperous new year. Enjoy bringing in 2024. Let's hope 2024 brings you all the abundance and amazing, great health to you and your families. Anything that you guys want to say?
No, man, you did that like you wrote a fucking Christmas card there, man. That was magical.
Remember my new mantra: always be marketing.
Yeah, there we go.
No, I was going to say that. That's actually from a
ABM.
Not ABM, but ABC. Always be closing. That's from like that film, Glenn Ross.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it. Have a lovely Christmas.
But in this case, ABM.
That's Sarah's term. We're going to coin.
All right. Well, listen. We'll see you in the new year, folks, on the Ultimate Marketing Podcast. Remember, go give us a little follow. Make that your New Year's resolution. Go give us a follow and download our podcast on all the major podcast platforms. Go and also visit us if you want to see what we do and how we behave really on these podcasts. Then you can catch that on our YouTube channel, the Ultimate Marketing Podcast. Give us a little subscribe there. Click the bell so you know when the new episode is out. And we look forward to you listening in to our new episodes of 2024 because believe me, we have got lots more to still bring you. But until then, take care. Bye.
Ciao.
Happy New Year.